A St. George man who has been missing for more than 4 days. Police respond to an active shooter call at Hurricane High School. And SpaceX Falcon 9 draws a crowd in southern Utah.
You're watching St. George News at 5.
Good afternoon, I'm Christy Langenheim. A St. George family is asking for the public's help in locating 37-year-old Tyler Craig Irvine, who was reported missing on March 28th. Irvine was last seen wearing all black and driving a 2012 blue Chevrolet Cruze. He's 6'1", weighs about 160 pounds, with blue eyes and buzzed brown hair. His family has been searching for him, saying that they're concerned about his mental health and are worried that he might not be alive. It was reported that Irvine hasn't used his debit card or his cell phone since he left home on March 28th. It's believed that Irvine hasn't traveled very far, maybe about 20 miles from his house. If you have any information about his whereabouts, please contact the authorities. On Monday afternoon, law enforcement received a call stating there was an active shooter at Hurricane High School. But when officers arrived, there was no sign of a gunman. Cody Blowers has more about the incident and a response from Officer Dan Raditz.
Hurricane police officers responded to an active shooter call reported on Monday shortly after 1:15 p.m. And here is Officer Dan Raditz with more from the scene.
Hello, it's Sergeant Raditz with the Hurricane City Police Department. As a lot of you have noticed by now, we have a very heavy police presence at the Hurricane High School. We received two different non-emergency calls reporting that subjects were barricaded inside the high school, that shots had been fired. We have numerous units from the Hurricane City Police Department, Washington City Police Department, Washington County Sheriff's Office, St. George PD, all here going through the school. As of this time, though, there have been no reports by anyone in or around the building as having heard any gunshots. There's no evidence to support that any gunshots were fired within the school.
Due to an incident in a remote area of Iron County last summer, 43-year-old Jessica Sabo was recently ordered to stand trial for an alleged murder of her boyfriend, 48-year-old Sean Young. On July 2, 2023, a witness reported to the police that they saw Sabo shooting Young to death at the property the two had been living at. The SWAT team was dispatched, and Sabo was taken into custody later that night. Weeks later, detectives discovered a shotgun that was nearly 4 miles away from the property where Young was killed, and it was later confirmed that it was the weapon that was used in the murder. Sabo has been incarcerated in Iron County Jail since her initial arrest and awaits her next court appearance scheduled for April 30th. On Sunday night, a crash on I-15 in Washington County that involved a Toyota Sequoia and a Land Rover resulted in the Sequoia driver being flown to the hospital in critical condition. The Sequoia reportedly struck a deer, causing it to swerve across the median and into oncoming traffic and blocking one of the northbound lanes. The driver then got out of the car and was struck by an oncoming Land Rover and was flown to the hospital. 3 children in his car were transported to the hospital by ambulance and faced moderate to serious injuries, while the occupants in the Land Rover sustained minor injuries. Utah Highway Patrol Sergeant Cameron Roden stated that the driver is expected to survive from his injuries. On Monday night, SpaceX launched another satellite from a base in California, and just minutes later it was spotted here in southern Utah. Chris Reed has more on the takeoff and some videos sent in by those who were able to watch.
Crowds gathered at Dixie Rock and other places in St. George to watch a repeat performance of a SpaceX rocket launch from California that was able to be seen in local skies Monday night. It was a repeat show at sunset just a week and a half after another rocket launch, as spaceflight continues to get more routine, but no less spectacular. Here are some views captured from St. George News and its readers.
Here's the space launch.
Thank you for watching St. George News at 5. I'm Christy Langenheim with St. George News, your #1 source for local news.
This has been St. George News at 5.